Hello, guys. Welcome back to In Session with Nat
and Ange. Welcome to our episode. Do you want to get us started?
Sure.
Here we go.
So, we have more than 5 followers now, and let's give a round of applause for that.
That deserves a round of applause.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for all your support. We have been getting a lot of Therapy Thursday questions, and a lot of you have requested the same thing, which is what we're going to be talking about today.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
for those of you, by the way, that are commenting on our likes and give us grace, okay?
This is our first time doing a podcast.
We're literally trying.
But you know what? We're about self-reflection. So I'm going to call myself out every time I say like, okay? Anyways, a lot of you have sent in questions about dating in the Arab community. You guys wanted to know our thoughts about just dating in general and like what we think about.
Like why it's so judged, why it's so criticized, and why we think that there's so much negativity around dating, why it's such a hush-hush in our community.
Mm-hmm.
And like Nat said, we got a couple questions that just wanted us to, talk about our thoughts on it and our opinions and why do we think there's so much judgment and criticism revolving around dating. Yeah.
So I guess we can start off with like, what are your thoughts about it? And why do we think it has such a negative connotation?
Mm-hmm.
Why does dating have such a negative connotation?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think this is something that I think we've all asked ourselves at one point growing up.
For sure.
Like we see, again, the American side of us that was born and raised here, sees our friends like in school or at work dating and talking about their boyfriends and their girlfriends and the dates they just went on. And
oh gosh.
And
people thought I was weird.
Yeah.
That I was so like, oh no, like obviously.
Obviously. So that's always, I think, been something that we've probably asked ourselves at one point or another. It's hard because on one end of things, I want to emphasize like why we think there is such a hush hush behind it. But on the other side of things as well, I want to normalize it at the same time.
For sure. Yeah.
So I think our parents came from obviously a culture that, and I'm talking here to the youngins, to the teenagers, to the young adults, that grew up here. So we have the Arab in us, but we also either we were born in America or we grew up in America. And I really want to, first of all, remind yourselves that this is my favorite thing that I like to remind myself when I'm like questioning my parents and why they're acting the way they're acting, is that your parents are living for the first time too. So they're also learning, they're also trying. They also maybe don't know what's right from wrong in a way of what's going to be the best thing for my child. And I want to make sure my child has the absolute best protection and upbringing. And so remind yourself to also give your parents some grace in this aspect because they don't know. Their norm was dating isn't a thing, that doesn't happen where we're from.
Yeah. Like how many people do you know had arranged marriages? Like there's so many people who just like, a guy saw them and they were like, oh, حلوة بدي إياها. And then and then he just, went and they got engaged and that was like their trial run to see if like they would work. And then they got married and they just started a whole life based on not really knowing each other.
Right.
And like that's how they grew up. And for them, for some reason it worked, I guess. But again, there are a lot of people and marriages that like you didn't know what to expect and you got into it. And like now it's like
it's okay. We're human.
No, it's not okay.
Oh God, this entire episode is going to be us calling out our likes because of you guys. Because you know who you are.
Yes. Anyways, and then some marriages, they did not end up working out the way it is, which is why I think dating sometimes is beneficial because you're getting to know your person. You're getting to know what you're going into rather than going into it blind and not knowing what to expect. I think that's very scary.
That's terrifying. I think why it was so different for our parents is I know you just said something. You said for some reason it worked out for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's that it worked out in the sense that, so I don't know if you guys have ever heard this. I don't know if you've ever heard this, but I've been in conversations before where I've heard, هدول أخذوا بعض عن حب. And in my head, I'm like, okay, as opposed to what?
Everyone ياخذوا بعض عن حب?
That's what we grow up thinking.
Yeah.
We grow up thinking, you know, you date, you marry, you're supposed to fall in love and, you know, be like, it's romanticized in our heads.
Yeah.
Right. But so that is something that they were not really, I can't speak for everybody, but from what I understand, it's not something that it's like, oh, this is why you marry someone. Of course, there should be love there, but it's more than that. It's, you know, well, this person has a good reputation. This person has a good reputation. So
let's come together.
They're from a good family. You're from a good family.
Procrastinate. Procreate.
It's been a day.
It's been a day, bro. I had 2 coffees. I think I'm jittery.
Me too. As we're, by the way,
Foxtail.
Hey, Foxtail.
Shout out to
you. Anyway, let's get together and procrastinate. Let's get together and procreate. So I think that's why there wasn't much emphasis on dating and it wasn't normalized. And this is why now our parents come to a whole new world with new cultures and new norms that is so weird to them, I'm sure, and uncomfortable. But they want to so heavily protect the culture and the traditions of what they knew and what they grew up in. And with that comes dating isn't a thing. Like we don't do that.
You know, like when I said it worked for them, why do you think, like, if it was such a, like, I need to word this correctly because I need to formulate my thought here. Why do you think our parents still think the way they do? Even though, like, they see this new generation, like, wanting to marry for love. And, like, I know they want that for everyone for someone to find someone that they love. But at the same time, they also feel like that's not necessary. You'll grow to fall in love with this person. I don't know how to word it, but like some people, they still have that mindset of like, no, it's fine. Like it'll work out. Like you just need to go for it and just be in it. And that comes through time. Mm-hmm. But this whole dynamic that you have going on, it's so bizarre and it's so new and like, what's that word that they use? Like just foreign. It's very foreign to them. Mm-hmm. Do you think it's just them being uncomfortable with a new idea? Or do you think they just saw that this way works out for them, so everyone should just do the same thing?
Well, you know, I think what it is more of, I think that's a great question, first of all. I think it's not that they probably think like, oh, this is how it is. This is how it should be. This is how it worked for us. So it's going to work for you guys. I think, first of all, age and experience plays a role with it. They understand. I think they understand that, and which I agree with, it's a marriage is more than just love, right? Mm-hmm. A lot more comes with a marriage, right? So to them, it's like, okay, like muhim al-hub, but at the same time, it's not the biggest thing in the world. Like the biggest thing in the world is like, can you guys provide for each other? Can you guys, you know, be good parents to your future children? Mm-hmm. Can you be safe with this person? Can you get along with their family? It's all these other layers. Yeah. And I think to them, the miscommunication is to them, love comes not first. And to us growing up in such a romanticized version of love, we put love as first.
Like that needs to come first before all else.
Right.
But don't you think that kind of like puts a perspective of you have to constantly be chasing a feeling rather than like forming a pattern of choosing love? Does that make sense?
Not really.
Okay.
Can you tell me more?
Like this is how I view love. I view it as a choice. I think you choose to love your person by showing up for them each and every single day. And that can look like respecting your other person by doing things to make them feel seen, feel heard, and vice versa. Then back to you. It's like a choice you make every day of like, even though I'm so mad at you today, I am still going to show up for you in whatever you need. I choose that today. And so, but I think our generation, we chase feelings. We don't chase like actions. We don't chase choice. We chase like, if you make me feel the butterflies and if you make me feel the romance, then like that's you're it. But like, how realistic is that? Because I think that fades, that comes and goes. It doesn't fade. That comes and goes by your actions. The more you put into a person and you show them that love and that respect, the more they will reciprocate that for you, depending on the person. But I don't know. That's just, I just feel like that is something we have grown up in this American society to believe that like we should be chasing a feeling and not chasing the actions behind how to form a really strong connection
with somebody.
Yeah.
I agree. But with that, don't you think that starts with dating? Don't you think that starts with like, well, how am I supposed to know if I don't try? How am I supposed to know that love is more than just a feeling, that love is actions? You know, if, you know, how am I supposed to know that if I'm not even given the opportunity to try to date when I want to date and I have my parents telling me, no, ما بيصير عيب. People are going to talk about you. You're going to ruin your reputation. البنت إنه حرام to date before a certain age. That all comes, everything you just said, I love and I agree with wholeheartedly. At the same time, it comes with these trials and errors too.
Oh, 100%.
And this is why it's so important to have limitations. It's so important to have an open, honest conversation with your children and with your parents about where you're at and what you want, and respect their limitations. Because like Nat said, it is more than just love. Like our parents think it is more than just love. You know, love is great and it will get you so far. But then what, right? It is a lot. And I think there's that miscommunications. I think the parents are correct in the way they're thinking. The children are correct in the way that they're thinking, but there's a miscommunication.
Oh, for sure.
You know, between them. So a conversation like dating becomes a harsh, no, you're too young. That's it. There's no conversation. There's no give and take. There's no, this is why I'm worried if you start dating. This is what scares me, you know?
Yeah. And like the outcome of that is the child's going to go behind their back. They're going to date behind their back. They're going to do what they want to do because you didn't even give them a reason as to why this thing is so frowned upon.
Right.
And so what we would suggest is having that space for your child to, you know, be vulnerable with you, to help, like give them a reason as to why it might be a no, and allow them to have experiences with limitations.
I agree. But even if let's say a child comes to a parent and says, hey, mom, dad, I want to date. I'm liking this person. This is who they are. This is who their family is. This is, you know, what we want to do. This is where we want to go. Like, can I go? And the parent responds with, no, you're too young and mom lihla samatik. So like, it's not good for your reputation.
Oh, okay.
So they are giving a reason, but the child, is it enough of a reason? Is the child going to understand that? Okay, it's not good for, why is it not good for my reputation? Why does my reputation, and then
let's
you start
talk
spiraling.
about that.
Yeah.
Why is it not good for your reputation?
So I think we've touched on reputation a little bit before in previous episodes.
Yeah. It's a big thing in the outer world.
It's a big thing in the outer world. And for a reason too. I mean, you should worry about your reputation to an extent.
For sure.
Of course.
Yeah.
You should care. I mean, I'm not saying revolve everything you do and everything you say and wear and whatever around the thoughts and opinions of other people.
Mhm.
At the same time, when I've said this before, you should worry about your reputation because it's yours.
That was phenomenal.
Thanks.
I told her you have to write that down. That is great. It is yours.
Nah. It is, but it's true. It is yours. And that's why you should worry about it, because you own that. This is something that you are in control of.
Love
you
that.
are in control of, for the most part, what people are going to say about you, you know, and it should matter, because this is something that you're going to have for the rest of your life. That's always going to follow you around, is your reputation. So that's why reputation matters. I think if a mom and a daughter talk and she's telling her daughter, like, yeah, like, you're too young, you know, you're going to ruin your reputation. Okay, why does that matter? It's explaining to your daughter, because your reputation is yours. And that's something that's going to follow you around for a long time, you know? So what kind of a person do you want to be perceived at? Do you want to be perceived as, you know, a pure, honest, good person that respects their parents? And I'm not saying dating makes you the opposite of that in any way, shape, or form.
Any means.
Not saying that. I'm just saying, if that's what the excuses that you're giving your child, then say that. Don't just say because of your reputation and then not follow through with it.
Yeah.
Explain why.
Yeah.
You know, why does reputation matter?
And I think
what are your thoughts?
We talked a lot about like why reputation matters.
Mm-hmm.
And I think exactly like you said, it follows you around.
Mm-hmm.
And our community, especially, we've mentioned this in prior videos, we are enmeshed together.
Yes.
I know everybody and everybody knows me. And if I date somebody, everyone's going to know I dated that person. And my friend, if they want to date that person, that's just going to be weird. Like, we're all in this like close knit community.
Bubble.
And that follows you around, like, oh, that was your first love. And the person I'm with, they know that person because we're all in this together.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's not even like, it's not baggage.
No.
But it's just like history that lingers.
Yes, I agree. It's history that lingers. And you know what it also is? It's you have to think 10 steps ahead. And that is something that, for, let's say we're talking about teenagers, like 14, 15, you don't think 10 steps ahead. Of
Your
course.
frontal lobes aren't developed.
They're not developed. Like, I was telling Nat earlier.
I never think that in my teenage years.
Dr. Amen, I believe it was Dr. Amen. He's a very famous psychologist. And he says, I always say that God gives you parents until your frontal lobe develops, because you don't know
it's a great
how
saying.
to properly like make logical decisions. You know, that part of your brain is still underdeveloped. It's still, you know, so yeah. So, I mean,
yeah, like in the moment, like as I was explaining earlier, the feeling thing, like,
yeah,
you want to go out, you want to have fun, and that's amazing and that's great. But why your parents say no is because they know like it's going to go past the feel. Like that's going to
there's more to
transcend more outside of that whole scheme of things of you just having fun.
Yeah.
Now you have this name attached to you and this name attached to you and this name attached to you. And I think a lot of our parents, they want to protect our purity.
Yes.
They want, especially for like women in the Arab community, that is still a very highly talked about thing. And it's something I feel like we all shy away from talking about, but it's a huge thing. It's a huge dynamic. And I think our parents grew up in such a purity culture that like when they see us in this world and how there's no purity anywhere, like every movie has a sex scene in it. Every like porn is just accessible to every single person at any point in time. I think they're just scared. And I think they try to tell you, stop, don't get yourself involved in things that might cause this reaction of you stepping foot into an impure thing. And that's not to say that that's wrong. I think everyone has experiences and those experiences shape you in the future. It's just, I giving you a perspective of what a parent might think.
Yes.
Yes.
100%. And it's so understandable because you're right. They grew up in that everything's pure and la 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 great. And then you come to this world and it's like, whoa, this is crazy. Like I've seen things I've never even knew existed. Like it's a lot. It's a lot for parents to wrap their mind around. And then on top of that, how do I raise my child in this society that I don't know anything about this society or this culture or this place or what they're seeing when they're going to their schools or, so it is a lot for parents. I think what I would want parents to also like understand is that you mentioned something really important. It's that they're trying to protect us as much as possible. Mm-hmm. But with all that protection, it's more of like a restriction.
Ooh.
And what happens with restriction is when you tell your child they can't, and simply because I just said so, they don't care. Sorry to break it to you.
I don't care.
They don't care. They're going to do it behind your back. If you've built a level of respect and trust between you and your child, mm-hmm. then your child will think twice about what they're doing. From my own experience, my mom was never the type of parent that was like, you absolutely cannot do this because I said you can't do this. We'd talk about the situation. She would give me her opinions. She would give me what she thinks. Yeah. And then she would say, at the end of the day, you know my thoughts. You know how I feel. You know what I think. Do what you want with that. That always made me think twice. Another thing that
I love that.
My mom really
Shout
did.
Out to Khaltuma.
Shout out,
did
Mom.
Great.
I love her. And my dad did great too. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm discrediting my dad as well.
The dads are awesome.
Yeah. But, so my mom also, I think a big thing that really helped me growing up was I would think twice before I do anything because I really was worried about disappointing them. Mm-hmm. And one time my mom told me she was very disappointed in me. She was like, she didn't yell at me. She didn't scream. She didn't do any of that. She just said, I had so much trust in you and you just broke my trust and I'm disappointed.
My heart is breaking.
I swear I'll cry just thinking about it. And that hurt me more than any screaming or any yelling or any taking away my keys or taking away my whatever. Yeah. That hurt the most. But why did it hurt me so bad?
Everything.
It hurt me so bad because I have that much respect for my mom and she has that much respect for me that it just worked because we built that with each other, Maybe if you're the type of parent that's just yelling at your child and, punishing them. And then one day you tell them you're disappointed in them. They're going to be like, okay.
I don't think they're going to care.
Whatever. But it's because maybe you haven't built that relationship. And that's, I think, what needs to come first. Your child needs to feel safe enough with you to be able to tell you these things, and then create those limitations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I love that you said that. Like, I feel like my parents did a great job with that too. Yeah. They always used to tell me and my brothers, if you're going to do anything, do it in front of us.
Yes.
If you want to take drugs, you're going to be at the house taking drugs.
Give me some with you.
We never took drugs. I'm speaking for myself. Tony and Andrew, I don't know about you guys. But I like you said, that feeling of disappointing my parents when they put so much trust in me till this day, they always say like, we don't worry about Natalie. Like we just have full trust in her. Mm-hmm. When I go out and do something wrong and I know I did something wrong, that level of like, I just disrespected my parents, knowing they have so much trust in me, I disappointed them. Oh my gosh, like that weighs so heavy on my soul that like it's unimaginable. Yeah. So I think for a long time, I just, out of respect to them, I'm not going to go behind your back. If you tell me this is not good for me, I'm going to respect it. I'm going to do what I need to do. Yeah. But I also need you to hear me out too.
Yes.
When I speak or when I have an experience, because it was hard back in the day. Mm-hmm. Everybody was dating. Mm-hmm. Everybody was hooking up. Mm-hmm. Everybody was doing what they needed to do. And I was just like, obviously.
Especially when you're the oldest child and you're the firstborn in the family. We're both first eldest daughters.
Eldest daughter. I think shout out Taylor Swift.
Shout out Taylor Swift. We on this podcast we love shout everybody. Like we can't just let it slide. We can't just be like, yeah, Taylor Swift. No, shout out
Taylor Swift. Sponsor us.
girl. Anyway, so yeah, we're the eldest daughters. So I think it was extra difficult on us to create that what's it called? That path for our parents to like understand that this is normal, you know, like, hey, I want, like right now it looks different for me versus my little sister, you know?
Yeah.
Not dating, but just everything in general, you know, the things that I was
more
not allowed
nowadays.
to do or what. But again, it's because, and it takes us back to this beginning of this episode when we were saying, why is it so looked down upon? It's because it's just not normalized. And so same thing with an eldest daughter. It's, I go to my parents and I say, hey, I want to ergel. I want to smoke hookah. My parents don't smoke hookah. So they didn't understand it. No one in my family smoked. So it was like, that was such a big thing, you know? And so when we had conversations and we talked about it and whatever, and I started smoking, now it's more normal. I feel like for my younger siblings, if they were to want to, like, oh, okay, like we already went through this process with Angie, like we understand that, you know, this is whatever. So it's just, everything becomes more normalized with time. But I think you also have to create the space to normalize it. You know, if you don't change anything, nothing's going to change. It's just going to stay the same.
Yeah.
So also, if you think about it, I really want to touch on this too. Like you said, everything with limitations is so important.
Yes.
Think about, as Christians, okay, we have a book to follow, the Bible. And in the Bible, it tells us right from wrong. It tells us, you know, God says, these are my commandments. Gives us the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? But also he provided us with free will.
Oh, I love
at the same time.
He's the best parent.
He's the best parent. He is the father.
He is the father.
So, and I think that's what parenting should be.
Yeah.
It's following that. These are the rules. These are the consequences to the rules, because God also gives us the consequences. These are the consequences, and this is what happens when you won't follow the rules. But I'm not going to force you because I can't do that. I can't control you. So here's your free will. Do with it what you want. Seriously. And so when you are fearful of disappointing God, right? You're like, I'm not going to do it. But it's not because he told me I can't do it.
Yeah.
You can't do it. No, it's because I love you so much that I don't want to disappoint you.
I love
And it's the same thing when it comes to parenting. Yeah. And I think dating is one of those things.
That kind of reminded me of the prodigal son story. How, you know, there were 2 sons, and one son, he followed all the rules. He kept the commandments. He worked for his father. He did everything correctly. And then one son, he wanted to go out. He wanted to go experience the wild parties and do everything. And so he just left and did his own thing. And then when he came back and realized, like, oh man, the world out there is scary. I was better off with my father. The father welcomed him in with such open arms. He like literally threw a whole party for him. And that caused a little bit of jealousy from the son who was doing all of like the right things. But the father told him, he was like, you need to rejoice because your brother came back, and that is worth more than anything. I let him go because that's what he needed at that time. Yeah. But the fact that he came back shows that love is still there and love is still present. And I think that's important to tell parents too. Just because your daughter or your son messed up or they got involved in something you were disappointed in or you didn't want them to, just praise the Lord that they're still with you and they're still here, and they will come back if you have given them that space to.
Yes.
If you've allowed that to come, if you've allowed them to come back to you.
I love that.
Like, open your hearts to that too, because people make mistakes. I'm going to make mistakes for the rest of my life.
But that's also how we learn.
Exactly.
That's exactly how we learn.
How much more significance, how much more value will I have knowing that, like, I left and I did something wrong, but I'm here to fix it. Like, how much more respect will I have for you knowing what I know and coming back in humility?
Oh,
man.
Yeah.
In humility. Like that's such a hard thing to do, to come to a person and say, like, hey, I'm sorry. I want to come back. I want to fix what I need to fix.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
Because it is about creating that space, and it is about learning from those mistakes. And it's not that you want to protect your children so bad from all the evil in the world, but you can't. At one point, you have to let go and let God. Like, you just have to, you know? And I think you're worried about your child getting their heart broken. What parent isn't? You're worried about your child being involved in the wrong situations. What parent isn't? But it's okay. Well, if they feel safe enough to come to me and tell me, hey, mom, hey, dad, I need to let you know that this happened. Mm-hmm. And they'll only feel safe enough if you let them have that space to feel safe enough, or else they will be involved in certain things like that and you will have no idea. And then who's to say what can go from there? But it's creating that space for them. And
for sure,
there is nothing wrong with dating. I want to say that.
Yeah.
You know, I think there's nothing wrong with dating with limitations. We've said that so many times, but I think that's the biggest thing to emphasize.
We should describe like what these limitations are that we're talking about.
Do you want to do that?
Not really. Okay, well, let's focus more on the dating part of things.
Yeah.
What does that look like? What's good dating? What's not so good dating? Mm. Okay. I'm going to organize this the best way I can. I think parents say no to dating like maybe in the teenage years more so than when you're in your 20s, because I really do feel like our parents are more accepting of dating in our 20s. Because they're like, okay, well, now they're looking for a relationship. They're just ready for us to leave. They're like, you are getting old and you need to procreate soon and you're running out of time.
Literally, just pick anyone off the street.
Pick anyone off the street at this point.
No, I'm kidding. Our parents love us.
Absolutely not. Anyways, I think that they say no to the teenage years because like they don't really think anything's going to come out of that. You know what I'm saying? Like
there's no level of seriousness to it.
There's no level of seriousness, but they know that like when you are dating someone, you're going out with them, you're building attachment. And that attachment can cause feelings and that can cause heartbreak and that can cause a lot of, you know, you're dating a teenage boy. A teenage boy is not in his right mind to like give you the world at this point in time. Maybe there are some. And they will last. And that's your high school sweetheart. And that's amazing. But most teenage boys, I don't think they're ready for anything serious.
No.
You know?
Yeah.
So I think like when we're in our 20s, there's more intentional dating. And intentional dating is like you are not just dating for the fun of it. You are dating for a purpose. You are dating for a long-lasting relationship. And I think our parents are more willing and accepting of that than they are of the teenage years. The teenage years, I just want to protect your purity. I want to protect you and your heart. And I want to protect your reputation. It's all a form of protection. But yeah, the 20s dating, I feel like it's more so like finding a suitor.
Yeah, a suitor. Bridgerton. Dear eligible readers.
Yeah,
I can agree with that. But don't you think at the same time, I mean, how are you going to know? I know it's more rare, but how are you going to know that relationship that you're denying your child to have at 15 isn't the person that's is true for them? How do you know that, you know?
Yeah.
You don't. That's the thing. Yeah. Of course, we date more with intention the older we get. But at the same time, you don't know.
For sure. You don't know. And that's why I think we're advocating for open communication.
Yes. And dating with limitations.
And we still never explained what these limitations are. What are these limitations?
Listen, I think limitations are up to the parent, right? Whatever your parent decides are your limitations, then that is up to you and your child.
What if the limitation is you can only see each other at our house? You can't go out.
Then that's a limitation.
Okay.
Then that's it. You know,
yeah.
You have to compromise too with your parent, you know? You guys have to compromise with each other here. So if that's what they're allowing and that's to the extent of it, then that's the extent of it, you know? And respect it. Show your parents that you respect their rules. And maybe with time, they'll open up to and be like, okay, like we can trust you now. We see that you respect us. Like try going out by yourselves for the first time.
I think that comes.
Yeah, that definitely comes.
I really do think that comes.
But it has to start somewhere.
It starts somewhere. It's like, oh, they're actually respecting our limitations. Yeah. And so like you've built enough trust in us to allow you to go out because we trust that you have I hate to say the word rules, but you respect our rules. You respect our authority.
100%.
So I think that's a beautiful saying. Yeah.
100%.
Like you build that trust and over time it allows that. So I like that point.
Yeah. And another thing is like parents really do know what's good for you. Like we talked to my mom a little bit before this. We were like, what are your thoughts on like, you know, we just wanted like a thought on why we like parents think it's such a big deal to date before you're married and in our Arab world. And obviously, like my mom was saying, you know, of course, like we worry about, especially when it's our daughters, like her getting her heart broken. We worry about her mental well-being. We worry about, you know, of course, her purity and her reputation. We worry about these things. But, you know, she was also at the same time kind of saying it in a way of how did she word it?
Oh my God, she said the most amazing saying.
And
I was literally thinking of like, what was the line she used? Something about like a leaf.
I don't know how she said it, but she was talking about, you know, the purity of right? The purity of, oh my gosh, I can't think how she said it.
I actually think it was more so of like making sure her tracks are clean. Something like that, right?
Something along those lines.
And Arabe was so beautiful.
I don't know what she said, but she said it in that way of like making sure her like the things that she's done, like she's aware of and she respects and, you know, she's cautious of basically. And with that being said is that parents know what's good for you as well. Like there's a reason you have your parents. There's a reason, you know, you should go to them and ask for their advice and their perspective on things because they will know. Listen to them too, you know?
Yeah.
So that's also a reminder. But
what do you think? Sorry.
No,
cut you off.
Go ahead.
No, what do you think, like, what would you say to like people who are dating right now? Like, what should they be cautious of? And like, what is something for them to look out for?
Dating.
Like in general, just dating, like, what should they be looking out for?
In each other?
Yeah, like in people they're pursuing, in how protecting themselves, their reputation, but also like getting that experience and seeking out a potential suitor.
Yeah. A potential suitor. You know, I think a big thing that I would say is really important for them to look out for in each other is, first of all, what do you imagine your future partner to be like? If you are intentionally dating and you really want to, you know, be in a healthy relationship, imagine your life 5-6 years down the line. What kind of a partner what kind of traits do you want your partner to have? You know?
Yeah.
What kind of, you know, how are they respecting you? How are they loving you? How are they being patient with you? How are they being kind to you? You know, how do they treat their family? All of that, you know? So that's like one thing that I don't know if that's exactly what you're asking. That's how I took it as, you know, is the kind of traits that
they
should be looking for each other. And how do you argue? How do you agree? How do you disagree? Like how do you communicate? How do you communicate? And so there's a lot of things in that regard. What would you say?
I mean, I would say that kind of the same thing as you, but I would also say like, don't look for a checklist. Look for someone who's willing to grow with you. That's what I would say. Yeah, because I think we've heard this many times. Like, no one is ever going to meet your 100%.
Yeah.
Check off every single thing on your list.
Yeah.
And most of the time, dating, you are looking for that. You're looking for the 100%. And you're going to realize you're not going to get 100%. You might get 80%. But then if you go and leave the 80% to search for the other 20, you're kind of like missing out on the purpose of what it means to have an intentional, meaning relationship. And what that is whatever that 20% is that you're missing, you communicate it with that person and you work together to grow and build upon that
100%.
rather than just like leaving for the next.
100%.
I think that's something I just kind of want to preface too about dating, where find the person who is willing to meet you where you need to be to achieve that 20 if you're missing that 20 and vice versa. If he's missing that 20 from you, be that type of person, treat others how you want to be treated, meet him halfway too. Like sit in humility in front of each other so that you guys can grow together rather than be stagnant with your own insecurities, your own fears, your own trauma, your own attachment styles. Like grow from that.
Yes.
You're going to be a much stronger couple than the couple who is just, you checked off a list and
so you'll do. Yeah. I love so much that you said that, Nat. There is a very, very important thing that we need to highlight. It's that starting at the correct foundation, you know,
Ooh.
You have to have a certain foundation that you want to build upon. Like you said, like you need to grow from there, but the foundation itself has to start off solid.
Yeah.
It has to start off on a solid ground. It can't
ground.
start on a rocky ground because it's just going to tumble from there. So what is that solid ground? It's that, why are you dating? Why do you want to date? Ask yourself these questions, you know? Do I want to date because I really am curious about this person and I think we could, you know, we get along and we want to see where it goes? Or am I dating because I feel I see all my friends dating and they're starting to do that and I feel like weird if I'm the one that's not dating? Or I feel like dating might, you know, someone else, I'm looking for someone else to validate me and give me validation and praise me and giving me all these things that I'm not giving myself. So it's, where are you at in your relationship with yourself first? Yeah. You know,
that's a big thing that we touched on in the last video.
Episode. Yeah. Like, do I love myself?
You need that relationship with you.
You need that relationship with you. And I know it's so cliche to say that. I know. But you really, really do. Because again, if you think about the foundation, that's how you start on a solid foundation. And make sure your partner is also in a good place too before you guys get to that point. It's like, how do, you know, is your partner also in a solid foundation mentally, emotionally, whatever?
Yeah.
So,
and also like, is your partner intentional with how he is pursuing you?
How would you know if he's intentional?
I feel like there's a lot of ways. There's actions. There's words of affirmation. Like some people will tell you everything you want to hear and some people will show you what they are speaking. Yeah. And I think obviously that comes through time and that does come through dating. And that's why I think dating is a good thing. Yeah. So it's just like, notice, be a witness to everything they say and keep that in the back of your mind and have them. And just like through time, recognize like, are their words matching their actions? Are they meeting? Are they aligning? Is he pursuing me in a way that shows me like he is serious about a long-term relationship? Or is he pursuing me in a way that shows me I'm just for the moment?
Wow, that's such a good point.
I don't know. I feel like there's a difference. Maybe
there's a huge difference.
Again, I don't have much experience in dating, but I just think like a person who is showing you I am all in for you is constantly texting you, constantly checking up on you, making it the effort to call you, to plan dates
show you
for
that
you.
They want you.
To show you that they want you.
Want this to work. Yeah.
Like George, within a month of us dating, wanted to meet my parents. Oh. Like that for me was just like he's serious. Like that is a serious man. Yeah. And so like there's intentional things, and he did. In a month's time, he went and met my parents. And I think that was such like a check.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You gain so much more of a level of respect for that person that you're dating.
Such respect. Yeah.
You know, because it means that they respect you and they respect your family. And
you respect my time too.
Yeah.
My time is so precious.
It is.
I don't have time to waste.
No.
Okay. You know, that biological clock is ticking.
Okay. Let's not freak everyone out. Let's not freak me out, please.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. At least you're on your way there. No, I know what you mean.
Anyways.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. So I think the conclusion is dating is normal.
Yes.
It's okay to date. because
with limitations.
with limitations. So parents, give your children the space to feel safe enough to come tell you that they want to date, you know, give them the explanation, give them the whatever you choose. If you're like, no, I absolutely do not want that for my child, to each their own, of course, but explain to them why. Explain in a what's the word? Efficient communication. I can't speak in an effective and efficient way, you know?
Also for like the, you know, not the children of the parents, for us growing up.
Yes.
I also think it's important to have these conversations with your parents.
Yeah.
Because they don't know this world. Like I've said before, it is foreign to them. Explain to them like what this means. Like what am I dating for? Like am I just having fun? Like am I just doing this? But I actually like care for this person. I actually really want to get to know this person and I want you guys to support on it. Like learn how to have those communications with your parents so that they know this is not like, this is a new generation and this is how things are going.
And we have to normalize it. We have to set that path. We do. They don't know. And like I said, parents are living for the first time. They don't know. So talk to them. Tell them. I know it's scary. I know it's not comfortable going to your parents and talking about something like that, you know? But catch them on a good day. And be like, hey, I want to talk to you about something. And then go from there. So yeah, I agree. And at the same time too, like, give your parents some grace for, you know, it's okay, you know, like be patient with them.
For sure.
Why do we think it's so criticized and so judged? It's because it's not normal. And that's with anything that's not normal. It's weird. It's wrong. But it's really, truly not wrong. There's nothing wrong with it, especially if you're not doing anything wrong. Like you are a curious, like that's the thing, parents, you're teenagers. I'm sorry to break it to you. They're going to do it with or without your permission. They are going to do it for the most part. They're already doing it. So I'm sorry. No, but seriously, like, so give them that.
All the teenagers
space.
Are grounded after this.
Like, no, I'm so Natalie and Angie. I know I'm so Angie. No, I'm kidding. But no, seriously, I can't speak for all children, of course. Again, it depends on the space that you've built with them. But a lot of them, teenagers are teenagers, so they're going to do things. So at least to be involved and understand what's going on in their lives, give them the space to tell you what's going on in their lives, you know? And then from there.
It really is.
Yeah. Yeah. It takes time. It takes a lot of time.
And if they make mistakes, they make mistakes. Help them fix it.
Yeah.
Help them grow from it.
Help them grow.
Don't shut them down and make them feel worse about themselves. Like, show them that like, hey, mistakes happen and I will be here to support you through this heartbreak if this heartbreak happens. Yeah. I will be here to support you if this guy, you know, does something bad or hurts you in any way, shape, or form. I'm going to help you heal from this. And I'm going to support you and we're going to work on like what to look for next and how to fix the solution, how to mend the broken heart.
I love that.
You know, you need to be there for your kids.
You have to, because with or without you, they're going to be, one day they're going to date. One day they're going to experience their first relationship and their first heartbreak and so be there with them, you know, sit with them in that, you know, sit with them in that heartache, you know, and don't say I told you so. Please don't say that I told you so, you know, that just be there with them, love them, care for them. That's how you protect them, not by not allowing them, because they're humans at the end of the day and they're going to do what they're going to do, but be there with them. Like Nat said, I think that was a very important thing to say. So
yeah, I feel like there's so much we can touch on this topic.
Oh my God, this topic might not ever end.
This might be another series of like, you know, there's so much we can talk about. We can talk about like family and your reputation, your family's reputation and all of these things.
There's a lot that goes into it.
And, you know, like I've had my parents tell me like these people, like there's people that have bad reputations and these are not reputations that you should be entangled with. And so, and they have told me, just wait, time is going to tell you that we are right. And time did tell us that we are right. That
Unfortunately,
they are right.
our parents are usually
usually
correct
right.
about everything.
And it
Yes,
pisses
they
me
are.
off, but thank you guys. Thank you for your support. But we can go on and on about these things.
Yeah,
However, we do not
100%.
have time. We
No.
are not going to bore you guys with
literally
with all of that.
But thank you guys.
Yeah.
That was a really good topic, I think, to talk about, because I think it's something some people have been wondering forever. I wish we had someone say that to us when we were growing up, of like, hey, it's okay. It's normal that you guys date. Like, it's just like, be careful, be cautious, be aware and be safe. But dating's okay. And it's normal. And I don't know. I didn't have that growing up. I don't know about you, but like, we
Not
didn't
at all.
have that. So I think it's a really important conversation to start talking about. And this one was just, what are our thoughts and opinions? And I hope we gave you guys our thoughts and our opinions to what you wanted.
Yes.
But please keep sending us in questions, and we hope you're enjoying.
We really do. Thank you guys for all of your support. We were so overwhelmed with all the love
Oh my God.
you have shown us. And just keep sending in questions, and we hope we're answering your questions.
Yes. All right. See you guys in the next episode of
See you
In
guys.
Session with Nat and Ange.
Bye. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. We hope you tune into In Session next week.
Make sure you leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.